What's poppin', everybody? Grand rising, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you at. Hello, I am MJ333, and I came to give you a little bit of me. So I hope that you are feeling everything that you need to be feeling at this moment. You understand what I'm saying? Because why the fuck not? You hear me? You're you, and that is a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, respecting who you are, where you come from, that's everything. But, so, I really hope that you are feeling yourself, okay? Because when I say every day and in every way, you want a stage when you walk out your door. You want a stage, you hear me? You need to be always wanting more for yourself. You need to be out here putting yourself in a position for fruition. You hear me? To be able to finish something. So putting yourself in a position to be forever finishing and mastering yourself, mastering your life, mastering the things that come along within you that you know need to be healed, right? Helping yourself, your generation, your people level up, right? I'm constantly here talking about our ancestors because that is the blood that's within us that we forget about, that we do not know how to listen to their voices, right? They're louder than anything else once we know how to listen. So boom, you about to get something. You about to, okay, this one song keep playing in my head, and it's by I Am DDB. It's called Give Me Something I Can Feel. Okay, so boom, Spirit said this for me to tell to you. You're about to get something that you can feel. You're about to truly get some things that you can feel. If you have not been fulfilled in different spaces within yourself recently, like being fulfilled with like your life as you see it, as you know it, as you experience it, like love in every way, from the simplest forms of love to the highest forms of love, right? You're about to get something that you can truly feel. You're going to meet people who are going to open up your heart in ways that you've been waiting for. So the wait is over. Okay, the wait is over. Everything that you wanted is coming. Okay, if it hasn't already came. The things that you've been waiting to feel, that thing that you just been waiting for, like boom, like you've been getting some shit, some things feel good, but that one thing that you've been imagining in your mind that you just know you need to feel, it's finna come for you. It's finna come for you because you've opened up different. Okay, so when we heal, what we do is we kind of reconciling certain areas of our heart, opening up fresh spaces for new things to remain. So now you can truly feel something, because before we couldn't feel anything because there were blockages. So now the dust has settled, my dear loves, and it is time for you to get something to feel. And when this comes in, I want you to accept it with your open hearts, your open arms. I want you to ask your ancestors within yourself for everything. Like, as you're moving through this new season of getting something you can feel, I want you to be recognizing when it feels real good. Why does it feel good? I want you to call that shit out. I want you naming it. See, because this is the season we in. We in a place now where we have reconciled all the old accounts within ourselves, right? All that pain, all that drain, all that hurt. We know, we named it, we know what it is, and we've put it where it belongs. Okay, so now it's filed away where it needs to go, right? We've named it, you know what I'm saying? It's where it has to be. So now you've got open space for something you can feel. So I hope that you got something from this message, because I want you to know that, you know, a lot of times when we're going through traumatic situations, circumstances, we're feeling something, but it's more of a blockage, right? Because you can't really feel to the level that you really know you need to, because we'll be closed off. It's like we'll feel some of it, but it's like, man, fuck that. I'm not finna feel the rest of that because I know that's gonna hurt. So once we allowed ourselves to know what the pain was, name that shit, place the blame on that shit, right? And then we put it away. We say, God, here you go. And he files that shit away. It does not go away. Okay? When you reconcile an account, you clean it up, you fix it, you make it right, you make them numbers match, and you put it where it belongs, and it stays there until it's needed to go over. Because it's no longer causing no problems, because the money's been paid, every, you know what I'm saying, every like the client, the vendor, the client, the customer, everybody's satisfied. The things that needs to be done on that account is done, is closed off, it has been reconciled. Now we could go back to it as like reference, but we no longer need to deal with that. It's not causing us any pain or drain. Now we can move forward. Boom. So now we moving forward into something that we can feel, because all that shit before wasn't nothing but a reminder of what trauma, the state where it was, like what happened to us. That's what them blockages were. That was like a reminder. You understand what I'm saying? But once you reconcile them fucking reminders, you no longer need it, because you know what lies in them file cabinets. You know what's there. You've already read that shit. You've already placed the blame where it needed to go, and you know you've done what you needed to do with that pain now. So now you allowed yourself to heal through certain areas of that pain. So now we on, you know what I'm saying, spirit finna come through, your ancestors finna come through with everything that you have been needing to help you with the next level. Okay, so I want you to remain open. Just you know what I'm saying, take it easy. You know what I'm saying? Press that easy button in your life, like God is trying to show you. You know what I'm saying? Press that easy button, sit back, kick your feet up, light your spliff. You know what I'm saying? Light your cigarette, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping we out here being healthy, but some of us do have some toxic shit that we still working on. You know what I'm saying? But we got to work on the inner shit before we can work on those outer things, right? Like, you know, the addictions are within us, but I feel like those are more surface level dependent, right? Because once we start healing ourselves and we start reconciling them accounts, right? So now we got all this space. So now I can really see what's going on with me. I could really pick out those less necessary things that I need to work on, because I done already closed out the big accounts. So now I just need to do the little ones that I gotta just throw into the system, and they don't go nowhere because they direct that. I don't gotta really worry about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the easier things to worry about. So it's like just knowing within yourself what level of what level of importance is different levels of your trauma, right? And you work with them according to that. So boom, domestic violence, anything, I mean, everything is big, but there are some things that have a harder and deeper and tighter hold on our soul. You understand what I'm saying? So like, if you've been abused, like in any kind of detrimental way, you may hold on to that pain, right? And it manifests within you as anger. So when people are trying to be like maybe even loving towards you or really be open with you, you're closed. Your heart chakra is closed because you have not healed those the biggest part of your trauma first. You got to tackle that big thing first, because once you tackle that big thing, right? For me, it was domestic violence abuse. I am a thriver now, but I've went through the different levels of my trauma, and the very first thing was my domestic violence. It was about 30 years, which is most of my life, and it was hard, right? So I had to literally go within myself, and I had to allow, because I said, you know, God, ancestors, I want to start to heal through this trauma. So they started bringing up different levels of my trauma, different parts of it that play different parts within me, right? So my anger, that was my very first thing that I learned started to change, right? I started to be less angry because I started to deal with myself, and I started to deal with my trauma, and I went and got me some help, and I started placing myself in rooms with other people who have also been through the same things. So now I'm not just sitting around talking about this by myself. I'm talking about this with other people who have already been through these levels of trauma and have already been past this, okay, and have opened up that book and have read their story to themselves and started to move through that and helped me with it, right? So it's like you have to know what you need and when you need it, and you've got to get out your own way in order to get that first healing, right? Because that's the biggest part. Is once you open that door fully, you know what I'm saying, that motherfucker swing open. Like God say, you ready? And you say, I'm ready, let's go. He unlocked that door, you turn the knob, that door open a crack, and once you start to see what's in that room, you're not gonna like it. But however, it's something that you need to face. Once you start to face it, you know what it is. You place it. You put the blame on it. As far as, like, was this my fault? What part of this did I, like, what part did I play in this? If I didn't play anything but being an innocent bystander and that was part of my story, I'm going to own that and I'm going to be all right because I did what I needed to do and I got through it. You understand? There's a lot of trauma that we did not put ourselves in. We didn't, like, I was just born into it. You understand what I'm saying? However, how I deal with it, what I do after the trauma, that has everything to do with me. And when I deal with my stuff, then I'm telling the universe, I'm telling my ancestors, I'm telling my God that I'm all right with what has happened to me. And because I'm still here. I am still here. I am alive. My brain is working. I am able to give this healing to the next person. I'm able to tell my story and I'm not sad anymore. I'm able to open myself up in ways that I never thought that I could because I was willing to start my healing. I was willing to open that door to myself and say, hey, I want to see you now. I no longer want to hide myself from myself. Okay? So I just said a lot. Okay, and I wasn't even trying to do that, but this is what God does. You know what I'm saying? Spirit, they do this when they are ready for you to speak. They ready for you to tell your story. Ain't gonna be shit you could do. It's gonna be so freeing for you. I promise you. I was that person with social anxiety. I never wanted to go outside, agoraphobic, because of the way I looked, because of, you know, it had to be the way I looked that got me hurt all these years. It had to be something about me that made me, you know what I'm saying, undesirable, that people wanted to harm me all the time. No. See, once I started to heal past all my stuff, I started to understand that hurt people. Those people who hurt me was fucking hurt, bro. They still hurt. I'm over here and I'm healing, and those people who hurt me are not. So what I'm doing now is I'm praying for them because I want them to feel what I feel. I want them to understand that, you know, they ain't do it on purpose. They may have, but even if they did, it wasn't really something that they really wanted to do. It was something that they did because that's what they knew to do. You understand what I'm saying? Like PTSD, trauma, all that shit, what it do is it gives you, it's like its own book. As if you see someone wanting to love you like you wanted to love that person, you treat them like the person who hurt you. That's what you do, because that's what people do when they're hurt. They just hurt other people. But when you heal, you heal other people. Once you start to heal, then you can't stop. When I say you open up that door, that motherfucker fling open. It flings open. And then you're able to see everything. You ain't gonna like it. You ain't gonna like it. You're not supposed to. Deal with that shit till you can like it. Till you love it. You start cleaning that room up. Clean that room up. Get that room together. You can't go outside till that room is right. You hear me? Do you really hear what I'm saying to you? Like, God wants you to know you can't clean up. You can't go outside till you clean up. Now, we outside, y'all. We outside with it. Everybody out here needs some healing, bro, sis. And it starts with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need you. Like the world needs me. We need you. Each one of us plays a part, but we don't know that till we get to our heart. You got to open it up. You got to see what's in that motherfucker. And the shit that don't work, the shit that hurt, let it go. L-I-G it. God got it. God got fucking file cabinets for your pain. He'll help you get rid of it. He'll help you remove the drain. He'll help you get a new irrigation system in your ecosystem. So now you no longer will ever be in a drought. You no longer will ever be without. For this new season that you're walking in, this is something that you've never, ever, you've never been here before. There's no book on this. There's no itinerary on this motherfucker. This shit right here, this is called freedom. Being free. Being free to be you. Being free to be me. Knowing what the fuck that is. How you get there? You start opening up your book. Open up your heart. See what's in there. Deal with it. Let it go. Honor yourself. Know what you've done and what you haven't. Ask God to put that shit in them designated file cabinets. All you got to do is get it out your heart and place it in front of his feet, and he'll do the rest. He won't let it come back either. Only as a reference. So I am MJ333, and I want you to keep your heart open. You hear me? Keep listening to yourself. Keep growing. Keep showing the world who you are. Keep showing yourself who you are. Just keep being you, because we need that. We need it out here. I promise you we need it. And I love you. You know what I'm saying? Stay positive. I'm going to send you a hug if you need one. Some love if you need some. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love you all. Take care of yourself. Later.